that there is nothing you cannot do. All right? I'm talking to you. There's nothing you cannot do. I fully believe that with my whole being. Within the laws of nature, you can do anything. You can have anything, and you can become anything you want. You can experience anything you want. And I want all of you, we're starting right off immediately with bringing out a pen and a paper if you don't have done so already. And I want you to recognize the thoughts or the arguments that often shows up in your mind when you think about setting a goal that is quite big, and immediately these arguments for why it won't work, why it won't happen, they show up, right? So this is your first golden nugget to pay attention to. And let's also fill the chat with these. What are the thoughts or the arguments that usually come up for you when you think like, oh, this big dream of mine? First thing that usually comes up is, I can't do that. Right? Write down for yourself, which ones does usually show up for you? I'm not able to, maybe? And a big one, I don't know how. I have no idea. I don't know how. Another one is, I don't have the resources. Not now, maybe later, but right now it's not possible. I don't have the resources. Right? Or I don't have the information that I suppose I need to get this going. I don't even know step one. I don't have the information. Yeah, I don't have the resources. I have no idea how. Do I deserve it? Yeah. Right? I want you to write down these thoughts. They're usually very similar for all of us, but really think, what are the thoughts that come up for me? And you can fill into this list later as well. If you have ever thought these thoughts, if you ever think these, I can't do that, I don't know how, I want you to add an incredibly important line at the bottom of that list. And that line is ... from my current programming. You might even say /frequency. We need to shift the power dynamic from allowing those thoughts and arguments to win and you don't have a comeback. This is your comeback, right? I don't know how, from my current frequency. That feels a little bit better, doesn't it? Your programming can tell you nothing at all about your ability. It can't even touch your ability to create and manifest and the potential in your being and who you are. Your programming, your frequency, the patterns in you now, they tell you what you believe. Currently, they do not tell you what is possible. Big difference. So instead of saying, I'm not able to do that, you could say, from my current programming, I don't know how to do that. From my current frequency, I may not be able to attract that. You see the bigger picture. From my current situation, this won't happen. For my current frequency, I won't attract this big thing. You can immediately see that this is not about your ability to create and manifest. This is about your frequency, where you currently are at. That's something you can shift. So when you set a goal, when you create this big vision, fully take that in. Nothing is too big. Nothing is too out there. If you can think it, even think of the idea and the thought of that thing, and that means you can also feel it. It exists in your consciousness. If you can think it, you can feel it, which means you can have it. You are able, right? You might need to shift your frequency or update your programming, but your ability to create and manifest, that is a part of your design. All things are created the same way. It is first happening in your consciousness. When you know what you want and you say, this is my goal. I want this thing. I'm going to go after it. I decided this is my focus. As you do that, you use your consciousness to send out an electric signal out into the universe, into the quantum field, out into the aware energy that you're connected to, which is aware of you. Pays attention. When you send out the signal, the universe pays attention. It's aware of you. And you have now set what I call a masculine structure of your goal. You have a focus, you have a direction. Whatever you want, this is how you start to create it. All right? Everything is aware energy. You might say everything is awareness, everything is energy. Merge those two. Everything is aware energy. And everything vibrates on a frequency. Everything, everyone. Every desire and every goal you may have, its energy vibrates on a frequency. So in order to manifest your goal, you don't change the energy of the goal, try to tweak the goal. No, you shift your own energy to match your goal. Yeah. You create through your consciousness and through your energy. You merge those two. That is how you create. Right? Number one, you have decided on what you want. You've sent out a signal. You've set that structure in your mind of what you want. Now you must get to know it. Imagine it. Start to visualize it. Fill in the details. This keeps your attention on it. Treat it like if you have a crush and you can't stop thinking about them. You're just thinking about them and imagining and, oh, right? Spend time with it. Let it become important to you. Let it matter to you. And as you fill in those details, you can connect with the feeling of having it through visualization, through going into the energy of it. You move in. I love to put it that way. You move into your goal. And once you feel the goal, this is the moment you start to vibrate differently. You have tuned yourself to a new frequency. You don't try to get the goal into your current frequency. You tune yourself to match the goal. Does that make sense? Yes, good. Getting some nodding here, good. All right. Think about this. We all know the feeling in our body when we're scared, when we're really scared. We know how that feels. We know the pulse, the rhythm of the energy of that feeling. We know that. But we also know moments of just pure bliss, of relief, of gratitude. And you know how different that feels in your body. The pulse is different. Your heart rate is different. The whole rhythm, the sensations in your body is different. because you vibrate on a different frequency than when you're scared. This is why you want to learn to live from the outcome, to move into that energy. When you live from the outcome, you feel the heart rate, the pulse, the sensations. You feel yourself being there. You alter your own vibration. You moved in to the frequency, moved into the vision, into the energy. I want you to imagine, you may close your eyes. I want you to imagine that you're standing in a driveway and you are looking over at this beautiful home. Imagine what a beautiful dream home would be like for you. And you look over at this house through the windows and you can see what it looks like in there. You can see the furniture in there. And you imagine what it would feel like and how it would be to live there in this home. And now I want you to recognize something. As you look over into this home, imagining what it would be like to be living in it, recognize that waiting for your goal to manifest while not stepping into the version of you that has achieved it and acting from that place, that is like trying to rearrange the furniture inside a home you haven't moved into yet. Move in. Move in and get access to what you want so you can start to rearrange things. All right, you may open your eyes again. Just let that sink in. You can't rearrange the furniture in a home where you stand on the outside looking in. You can't start to attract anything in the energy, in the presence, when in the goal, if you're just sitting on the outside thinking about it. You got to move in. You need to master that, embody the energy of the goal and who you are in the goal. We're going to talk more about that later. All right? You only need your consciousness to do this. What your environment is like right now, that doesn't matter. You need your consciousness to think it, to focus on it, imagine it, and you need your energy to allow yourself to feel what that is like, the energy of the goal, of that outcome. There is nothing you cannot achieve. Those dreams that you have, I believe that you are supposed to go after it. I believe that it's not random that you dream of it. I don't think it's random that it shows up in your mind, rising from your soul as intuition, as ideas. Same thought coming up over and over. Oh, but I wish I could do that. That would be cool. And you've had the same dream maybe for years. I don't think that's random. You have the dreams and the desires because you have the ability to do something about it, to manifest it, to experience it. It is a match to your soul.